Welcome, welcome, everyone. I am Leroy Truth of Leroy Truth Investigations, freshly out of the Hudson County Correctional Facility jail, which I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Why was I there? Because I am trying to protect the Union City school children from an alleged predator named Edwin Marinez. And corrupt Mayor and Senator Brian Stack has been refusing to suspend him now for over a month since this explosive interview came out with Jonathan Almeida, a 2003 graduate who claims that when he was a student in Union City schools, that the coach, Edwin Marinez, used to gather all the kids in a huddle and suddenly and inexplicably say to them, "Who wants to see my ... And according to Jonathan, his words include, excuse my inelegance, but this is how it was described. Jonathan Almeida said that Edwin Marinez would whip his ... out, show the kids, put it back in, and then whoever Edwin Marinez caught looking at it, he would allegedly say, 'You're the gay kid.' And then all the other kids would make fun of him. I mean, it is insane, the allegations. And it's not just from Jonathan Almeida. Numerous others have come forward to me with this as well. As young as 7, 8, and 9 years old, they're alleging Edwin Marinez did that. And because of that, trying to get this teacher suspended, I was unlawfully arrested, charged with aggravated assault, third-degree aggravated assault against a police officer, a felony, up to 5 years in state prison. A complete lie. It didn't happen. The video proves it. So welcome, everyone. Please keep smashing the like button. And also, mods, if you would put the GoFundMe in there, I have to raise $15,000 for my attorney. We're up to over 9,000. God bless and thank each and every one of you for being willing to help with that. And I want to bring up my tyranny response team, the Leroy Truth Tyranny Response Team, starting with Garden State Accountability. Come on up.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, great to see you, my friend. And
good to be here.
This is Vinny of the YouTube channel Garden State Accountability, and he is awesome. And he has been doing so much behind the scenes to, especially when I was unlawfully jailed and incarcerated. Vinny was making calls, showing Long Island Audit, Accountability for All, LTL Media, John Felix, and many, many others. BJ of that Surprise Witness, and Dan Erie County. And the support I'm receiving is just absolutely beautiful. Now, this is going to be an explosive show, everybody, because we have new information. I mean, you're going to freak out when you find out what I'm going to share about Lieutenant Glenn Gaston. Now, he is on the Brady list. But when you find out why, you're going to wonder not why he wasn't fired previously, but why he isn't in state prison for some things he did previously, that anyone else would be in state prison for probably 20 years to life. So I want to show you something here. I was arrested last Friday, and someone sent me this. I don't know how. I mean, they got my address because I advertise it everywhere, but this is the actual type of, this isn't the exact one, but this is the prison uniform here that I had to wear. Hudson County Correctional Center. And they didn't even bother to say Leroy Truth on it anywhere, for God's sakes. When I was in there, they don't customize them.
That's hilarious. So, somebody said that to you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it still has the smell of prison. It's got a smell to it. Prison has a smell to it. It ain't a pretty smell.
Huh?
But, you know, this is the type that I wore right here. I mean the exact same type of material. It feels like sandpaper. And this is like, Vinny, this is like having a loofah. This is a loofah. You can use it as a loofah sponge in the shower.
Oh, man, that's funny.
It's very, very rough. And I would not wish anyone going to jail. I'm my worst enemy. I mean, it was not good. Now, when it came to the correctional officers, there were some that they did really good stuff. They made sure that I was safe. I was in protective custody there because there have been many, many threats against my life. And they were helpful. I won't go into details. I will not name them. I don't want any retaliation. that Brian Stack, Senator Mayor Brian Stack, does to them, but they were helpful, just to say that. And so I will never paint a broad brush that all these people are bad or they work here, they're bad. That's not true. I connected with some humans, really good men that worked in the correctional facility. So I just want to say that. And so with this, I also want to bring up the amazing, my incredible video editor, Aria of AV Designs. And he is just out of this world. I've got the best editor in the country in this work now. So
oh man,
please say hello to everybody. And
what a welcome, Leroy. Thank you very much. For a second, I don't know if this was me or Garden State Accountability. I feel like V and Vinny could be brothers. Vinny, are we brothers?
We might be. I mean, from another mother. You know?
I can't tell. And then you kind of both look a little bit like maybe Sean's cousin.
Oh my gosh.
Sean Langholt's cousin.
We do, man. Yeah, we do. I love it. Yeah, that's great. No, it's good to be here, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. So
I am so happy everyone's here. And please smash that like button. We got 249 people in the chat. Smash, smash, smash. And Mons, if you would put the GoFundMe in there, just keep it rolling in there throughout.
Yeah, so I just want to bring that up one more time. We are at $9,211. Let me see if I can bring it up real fast.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
It's let's see, it's right here. What did you say you needed for the lawyer, Leroy?
15,000.
15,000. So we're I mean, we have a good amount, but I'm just putting it up there for you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Just shy under 6, just a little.
And I've got one of the best attorneys in the country. It is Sean of Long Island Audit. Sean Paul Ray is personal criminal attorney, and they have a 100% track record. And his name is Jacob Uriel. He used to be the Brooklyn district attorney, and the guy is smart, and he will not be intimidated by Mayor and Senator Brian Stack. He will not be bought out. Stack, you can offer him whatever amount of money you want. He will say no because he's a man of integrity. And we know allegedly what you do. So I want to start with the explosive piece first. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to blow your mind. So can you pull up? Well, actually, you know what? Let's play some of the video because I want everyone, because there's some people here who haven't seen my unlawful arrest. And I want to make clear before we play this. Wait.
That's the wrong one. So hold on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't that's what I'm here for.
Hold on. Pause it. And yeah, here we go. And why was I at the Board of Education building? I was arrested at the Union City, New Jersey Board of Education Center, which isn't even connected to a school. It's miles from a school, or not miles, but it's far, far away. And I was there because I want to protect the children of Union City from an alleged S predator. The assistant principal of Union City Schools, his name is Edwin Martinez. And allegedly, he has been exposing himself to students as young as 7, 8, 9 years old for years. He still teaches there, ladies and gentlemen. He also allegedly has been engaging in S with students as young as in the 9th grade. And he even married one of them, which is on record. That's not alleged. He married one of his students as soon as she turned 18. And everyone knows. The teachers know, the coaches know, the Board of Education knows. It's not a secret. It's not an open secret. It's just open. And how could Edwin Martinez still be teaching after about 4 weeks ago, explosive interview by Jonathan Almeida? Oh, I totally forgot. We need to play that interview first. Can you bring the interview up? I'm going to send you a link from my Facebook. And you could just share whatever you do here. Here, I'm going to send this. So we're going to play first, ladies and gentlemen, part of the interview of 2003 graduate Jonathan Almeida making the allegations against this S predator. And I am personally myself, I am a survivor from an S predator, having been S assaulted by a Catholic priest for 4 years while I was an altar boy, starting at age 7. And I was the first man to come forward back in 2002 and came to the press about this story. Once it was published, it was a front page story. 24 other men came forward within 2 weeks. Since then, it looks like he has assaulted hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I mean, it's insane. How did he get away with it? Because people enabled him. People protected him. They said, oh, but he's such a nice guy. He seems like such a nice grandfather. He was an evil predator. And what are they saying about Edwin Martinez? He's such a nice guy. He's such a good coach. No, he couldn't do that. Two things could be true at the same time, right? A person could be a great coach and a great teacher and still be an assaulter. Absolutely. And that's how so many of them get away with it. They don't look like the predators you see in the movies, on TV, and the Netflix specials, and so forth. They seem like some of your favorite people. Jonathan Almeida, he came forward courageously a little over a month ago. And myself and the Exposure Report, and please subscribe to the Exposure Report. He can't be here today. He's not available, but he is, again, one of our great, great friends, always has my back. Subscribe to the Exposure Report, please, on YouTube. Now, here, I'm going to send this to you, Vinny. This is a link. You can play it off of my...
Can you send it to my email?
Yeah. And what's the email? Oh, never mind.
You know what's the most annoying thing to Leroy is that
VincentCaputo89@gmail.com.
Okay.
Fine.
All right. And here. Say that again, Arya.
I was just saying one of the annoying thing is that if all allegations are false and they prove that, you be the first to report as well. You know what I mean? Just if there's nothing wrong, then they have nothing to lose. So that's what I'm like. I'm like, are you really gonna willing to risk it all over just hear it out, do the process, do the thing, do it right, check it out, investigate, suspend them.
And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, and Arya, is that if it's not true, if they say Jonathan Almeida is lying, which they've never said, Mayor Senator Brian Stack hasn't said it, the Board of Education hasn't, and Superintendent of the school Sylvia Abato, none of them in over a month since that explosive video that I posted on Facebook, none of them had said Jonathan Almeida is lying.
Exactly.
Also, Edwin Martinez never came forward and said that Jonathan Almeida was lying. No statement. Isn't that suspicious? But he hasn't been suspended in over a month.
If there was accusations like that of somebody doing to me, I would immediately come out and just say something and fight back and shut it down. Like I wouldn't ignore it, and it looked more suspicious. That's if someone accused you, Arya, I know you didn't do it. You wouldn't say nothing. You would get a lawyer and you would say Jonathan Almeida is lying, and we're going to sue Jonathan Almeida for lying. Right. You would take action. Absolutely.
Right. You wouldn't be 100%. Silent.
Mm-mm.
So before we play this video, I'm gonna share with you the explosive information about Lieutenant Glenn Gaston of Union City Police, and this is gonna blow you away. That Lieutenant Glenn Gaston isn't in state prison right now. Instead, he was allowed to keep his job by Mayor and Senator Brian Stack, and he was promoted from detective to lieutenant by Mayor Brian Stack. And when you hear this, you will freak out. And I will read you from the court documents to show this isn't some hearsay thing. This is from court documents. And what did Lieutenant Gaston do? Back in around 1999, the story is Lieutenant Gaston, who was Detective Glenn Gaston, and 3 other police officers, including Juan Mendez, they saw someone that allegedly had a warrant for his arrest on some type of drug charge. This young man ran up into his apartment. Maybe he saw the cops, maybe he didn't, but the Union City Police followed him up to his apartment. They went into his apartment. I don't know if they had a warrant to go in or not, but when they got to the apartment, the police officers, the person who was the target of this warrant or alleged warrant, his stepfather was there. Stepfather had nothing to do with anything. Nothing to do with drugs. He was just there. However, the 4 officers, they arrested the stepfather unlawfully, just like they did to me. And they handcuffed the stepfather, brought him downstairs. The stepfather had an asthma attack. And what do you do when a person has an asthma attack? You give him the inhaler. Apparently, he had the inhaler there. The 4 police officers didn't give this gentleman named Esteban Rosario the inhaler. And they watched him. D.I.E. and extremely painful and excruciating D.E.A.T.H. And for those that are asking, why am I talking like this? Why do I say S predator? It is for this particular platform. They require that type of self-censorship. They watched Eston Rosario, D.I.E. Did they try to get him help? No. Some sources allege they even mocked and laughed at him as that beautiful man who was loved by the community, by his family. D.I.E. It was 100% preventable. However, when the police report came out, the police report said, oh, they helped him. They got the inhaler. They did everything. Well, unfortunately for Lieutenant Glenn Gaston, who was listed first, by the way, on the lawsuit, there were witnesses. And the witnesses, keep me on full screen, Vinny.
Yep.
And the witnesses said, no, no, no. Lieutenant Glenn Gaston and the other ones, other officers, they didn't help. Glenn Gaston, detective at the time, was not arrested. None of the three officers were arrested. There was a lawsuit. It was found, I'm going to read you this lawsuit in a little bit after we watch these videos, that Lieutenant Glenn Gaston and three other police officers, including Detective Glenn Gaston, Detective Juan Loasis, Police Officer Jose Perez, and Police Officer Juan Mendez, were found to have been responsible for that man's D.E.A.T.H. 1999 approximately. $2.5 million a jury granted. The responsibility was these police officers and Union City. How is Glenn Gaston lieutenant now? He's promoted, of course. He KIs someone, him and the others, and he's still an officer, but promoted to lieutenant how many years later? That was like 1999, 26 years later. He wants to be captain. He was hoping that by unlawfully arresting me, Stack is going to make him captain. It's all part of the big plan. So I'm going to make sure, do everything possible that Lieutenant Glenn Gaston does not become captain. Not only gets fired, but is charged with official misconduct and goes to jail for many, 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 many years. Whatever other relevant charges there are. What are your thoughts on this, ladies and gentlemen? Put this in the comments there. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to open the phones up as well. Can you put the number up there? It's going to open the phones up for a few minutes before we show the video. And if you want to call in, 305-707-8325. That's 305-707-8325. Give a call in now. And I'm just going to take a few calls for now. And then we're going to show the videos. But what are your thoughts about what I just shared there? Thank you. I want to thank Vinny of Garden State Accountability for producing. He's my producer on here, doing a great job. So call in 305-707-8325. I'll take a few calls. And now I'll give like 2 minutes. And
shout out to producer Vinny.
Yeah, producer Vinny. And if you have a comment about what I just shared with you or about the unlawful arrest, and then we're going to show you some videos here. So 305-707-8325. 305-707-8325. If you could put it in the chat as well, Mons. 305-707-8325. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. We have a delay when I'm talking and when you're getting the information here. Okay, I got our first call. And let's see. Here we go. Hello there. This is Leroy Truth. You're live.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, my name is Angela.
Hi, Angela. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
If all this is true, then where's the proof of it?
That's a great question. And number one, you go to the video we're about to play, Angela, which is Jonathan Almeida, a 2003 graduate. And he will share exactly what he claims Edwin Marinas did. And so I encourage you to stay with us here. And as soon as I get, maybe I'll do one more phone call, you're going to hear from Jonathan Almeida, a 2003 graduate, sharing what he says happened. And since he came on my show with the exposure report on Facebook, and the video is on Facebook, numerous other graduates have come forward with the same story. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's a great question, and because I didn't create these allegations. I report allegations. I don't make them. And as far as guilt or innocence, I'm not saying he's guilty or innocent. That's not my place. That has to be determined in a court of law. Bottom line.
Well, I'm sorry, but what about this teacher or principal being accused of touching children? Do you have any proof or evidence of that?
Well, there's things I can't share here online, but the allegations are what gets a person suspended and investigated. Then it is up to the police to gather their evidence. So that's the bottom line. So I appreciate your call, and that's a very good question. But watch this video coming up, Angela, with Jonathan Almeida, where you're going to hear him, and you determine is he lying or is he telling the truth. All right, got to take another call. God bless you. And actually, let's just go to the video now. And if you could share the Facebook video, which you had ready to go there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is 2003 graduate Jonathan Almeida. We're going to share some of this video. So watch this. He is accusing his former football coach, Edwin Marinez, of indecent exposure, whipping his ... out and showing the kids. And he was 15 when it started. It happened for 2 years. And then after Jonathan Almeida's Facebook story was published, numerous other graduates have come forward and they've told me the same thing. And they were as young as 7, 8, or 9 years old. So let's play this, and stay tuned. I'll put my hand up here if I want you to stop it, Vinny, okay? Go ahead.
I mean, if it's all made up, there's nothing to worry about then, right? Like, let's just get this investigation over with and on the way. Like, I don't understand what else they need.
Welcome, Truth Seekers. I am Leroy Truth from Leroy Truth Investigation.
Stop! He's interrupting me. That's why I do what I do, to expose the hypocrisy, to expose the lack of freedom.
But, I mean, I don't know, like, what else. I just literally told my part in hopes of somebody else telling theirs, and then enough people where this guy can just be away from kids, man, because there's no reason he should be a vice principal. If he was doing these things as a football coach / health eds, whatever, sex ed, driver's ed teacher, imagine the power he has now as a vice principal.
Oh, absolutely. And he's got the protection of Mayor Stack.
And he's got away with it for 20-something years, allegedly.
Right.
Right. So imagine it emboldens you. You think, I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and now you hold kids' futures in your hands. You know what I mean? Hey, you want to pass this class? Who knows? You know what I mean? That's a scary thought for people to have. Like, you don't understand what kind of stuff could happen in those types of situations. This guy has more power than he did before, and he got away with those things back then. I could only imagine now what it must be.
I want people to know what you experienced, and as detailed as you can remember.
Sure.
And who was Edwin Marinez to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Edwin Marinez was our football coach. He also taught driver's education and sex education, or health class, as they call it.
Wait. That as we said in the phone interview, that is ironic. He taught sex education, and I have received more allegations of sexual misconduct from him than anybody. So my guess is Brian Stack is my guess that put him in that role. Interesting, because he's that sick. So anyway, continue, please.
So again, Marinez was the football coach for Emerson Bulldogs at the time, and he also did driver's education and sex education. And so what essentially happened was, when we'd be in football practices, occasionally, not like this was like an everyday occurrence or anything like that, but periodically he would call us into the huddle sometimes. And again, I don't know what his rationale was in thinking that this was just some joke or just play it off. But we'd all get into the huddle. He'd say really quick, nonchalantly, super quick, "You guys want to see my dick?" Like, just like that, really fast. and you really didn't have a minute to process it. You'd be like, what? And as you're processing it, he'd flash out his junk real quick and then pop it back into his shorts. And if you looked at it, you were the gay kid for the rest of practice. You know, let's ridicule you for looking at somebody else's, a grown man's thing. And I mean, we're what, sophomores, juniors, seniors all at this time. So we're age ranging anywhere between 15, 17, maybe 18 years old for some players. But it was a fairly common thing. Like it was joked around on the football team.
So it sounded like everyone knew it. It was like this open thing. Right. It wasn't like, don't tell anyone.
It was crazy because like even like the assistant coaches and all, like it was a joke to everybody. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything like, oh, it's a big deal. It's not something you should be doing. And then now, like I said, like I think about it as a father with kids, I'm like, man, I'd probably go to jail like if one of my kids came home and told me that, you know?
So lastly, any students presently, come forward with your parents to us. My email address is there.
Okay, pause.
Come forward with your parents.
All right. Vinny, first, what are your thoughts on that? You heard it for yourself. That's a grad. I'm just reporting allegations. I didn't make this stuff up.
I mean, like I said before at one of the meetings, I mean, it's literally disgusting. These are serious allegations and they should be investigated. I mean, if my child was going to that school, I would have pulled my kid out. I would have went to the principal's office and demanded some kind of investigation. That would just be me.
Right. Well, it would be you and a million other parents throughout the country, except in Union City, Mayor and Senator Brian Stack's Union City. Any city, again, I'm not saying he did it or he didn't, though I am saying that I have received numerous other graduates from different graduate years come forward and share the same story with me. The thing is, the moment an allegation is like that is made, whether a person's guilty or innocent, there has to be, number one, an immediate suspension to protect it, make sure to protect the children in case it's true. And there is an immediate investigation. Because as you said, I think you said before, Aria, if after an independent investigation, Edwin Marinas is innocent, I will be the first to report that. It has to be an independent, out of New Jersey state investigation, by the way. They will make the investigation whatever they want in Brian Stack's New Jersey. Because Brian Stack is not just a mayor of Union City, New Jersey. He's also a New Jersey state senator, and he is also the head of the New Jersey State Senate Judiciary Committee. He picks the judges. He picks the prosecutors. He allegedly tampers with cases.
Which is illegal now, by the way, right?
Influences different judges and allegedly influences and tampers with different prosecutors.
Which is illegal now, right?
Well, it's illegal to hold two offices now, but they grandfathered a number of people in. Why did they make it illegal, ladies and gentlemen? Because the people who had dual offices were allegedly corrupt. They would have too much power. And as Brian from Here's the Deal says, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, he didn't invent that, but that's one of his lines. And it's true. And what about you, Aria? What's your thoughts on
yeah, honestly, man, this guy, I feel horrible for this dude because everyone, just like the lady said, I mean, she had every right to ask, like, where's the truth in all this? Are you gonna also just sit there and also that I feel like that kind of discredits this gentleman's experience. How are you gonna, you know what I mean? I feel like he had he's kind of getting I don't know, looked down on and asked, like, making it feel like he's making everything up, like he's the crazy one. It just sucks that I feel like he's getting not really heard. This poor guy and many others allegedly, right? The school hasn't even made any kind of public statement or anything, have they? They haven't even made anything like saying, oh, we're looking into it, or no, Leroy's wrong, or nothing. They're not saying a word, which blows my mind. I feel like if I was at this school, if I was doing something with the school, and these allegations are against one of my principals or one of my staff members or some, right away, I would make a bold statement, just, clearing his name. But clearly they're not doing that. So somebody that's in a position where it's illegal now and to being a mayor and senator, he's pulling some. I feel like there's just no way this will be in any other school. I just watched a story about an S predator at our school here, where I live. It just ABC News, whatever, just local news. It happens. So why is this any different? Why is this not really taken more looked into? That's just blows my mind. So it's sad. It's sad that it's happening, and it's sad that nothing is being done about it.
No, but here's the attitude here. For example, Lori.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Lori Keat. Leroy Truth, are you sure Jonathan isn't making this up and he just seen his teachers wean in the change room?
I believe him. I believe him.
Now, with anyone, I'm not going to say he's telling the truth or he's lying. However, it's very credible because there have been numerous other students who said the exact same thing in different years over a wide spread of years. And they were as young as 7, 8, 9. He was 15 when this started. So, it's okay to be skeptical. I mean, good. Ask questions, but people who were assaulted, 99% of them are most likely telling the truth. When I came forward, when I was 7, no one believed me. I was then assaulted for 4 years, including my parents. They didn't believe me. They made an excuse about why the priest was doing the things he was doing to me. Because it started off with him kissing me. And then it proceeded to go more from there. And I remember the first time, or early on, maybe the first time, one of the first times that I was changing into my clothes for the altar boy, right before Catholic church service in South Centreville, New York. It was called Holy Cross Catholic Church in South Centreville, New York, which is near Middletown, New York. It's about an hour and 40 minutes from New York City. And this disgusting priest would do this just about all of us altar boys. He would lurch over us. We're little 7-year-olds. We're tiny. And he was initially, how he would start the whole process, was start making out with us before a church service. I told my parents. They said, "Oh, he's from." I said, "Father George kisses me." This is the very beginning of when things started, and I don't like it. They said, "Oh, it's just an old Dutch custom," and that's what the story was. He was from Holland, and that's how all the parents justified it. Someone was saying, "Oh, he would kiss kids," but they couldn't imagine he was making out with them as starting. Then he was doing way more to us than that, way more, and no one believed us. No one protected us. And that's how Edwin Marinas gets away with it. Why are people saying, well, maybe it's true, and out of an abundance of caution, Edwin Marinas must be suspended? Or no, let's just leave someone who has allegations of assault just in case he's innocent. You don't do that. Nowhere in America do you do that except in Union City. And also, it used to be Project Veritas. And there's an incredible group, and well, with Project Veritas, James O'Keefe's group, he sent an undercover person to Union City schools. And if you can find this is powerful. If you can find that video in Project Veritas, in fact, you know what? I'm going to take a look for it now as well. Hold on 1 minute. And James O'Keefe, incredible undercover investigative journalist. He's broken some of the biggest stories like ever. And here, I want to look for this story here because he sent an undercover person, a young woman, to Union City, New Jersey schools. And guess what? Here, if we could find the story, it's going to be crazy. And I'm doing a live now period about this story. Here, send this here. All right, I'm going to look for this, and this is going to be Project Veritas. You're going to be blown away from this video. Project Veritas in Union City. Here we go. I'm going to send this to you, Vinny. Okay, and
put a 1 in the chat if you're on vertical, and put a 2 in the chat if you're horizontal. If you can see
that's a good question. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is a good question.
Did they get rid of the video?
Oh, come on.
What the heck? Did they have that video deleted? I don't mean Project Veritas. I mean Unity.
Prefer the vertical, or do you guys prefer the horizontal?
Wow. I don't see the video here, Vinny.
Really? They took it down, huh?
Now Project Veritas, maybe Stack got it taken down.
Wow.
Project Veritas, Union City, New Jersey. Here, Project Veritas University School. It's gone. I just saw it. Wow. I fortunately have a copy. And I wonder, did I put it on my Facebook? Well, I'm going to find that. That's going to be for another live, everybody. But in this, I'm going to tell you what transpires. James O'Keefe had someone go undercover to Union City Schools. And she meets with the president of the teachers union named Kathleen Valencia at the time. It's maybe 5-6 years ago. And Kathleen Valencia says to this stranger, she whispers, she says, see this file? See this file? This is a teacher who had S with a student. And I'm going to determine if he gets to keep his pension or not. So your brother's going to be fine. Your brother's going to be fine. They had some undercover story they had there. Insane! She admitted it undercover 5-6 years ago. That teacher was never charged. That teacher was never named. How many other students did that teacher have S with? Cover up. It's huge. All right, so you saw Jonathan Almeida. Now let's make our way to our next video, which is, oh, did you find the one a couple days before where I'm filling out the Oprah request in Board of Education, Vinny?
I believe I did. I just got to present it here. Let me see.
Okay. Now, this is just a few days before my unlawful arrest, where I went to ask the superintendent of schools, Sylvia Abato, if she would immediately suspend Edward Marinas pending the outcome of an independent investigation. They kept saying, well, you got to make an appointment. You got to make an appointment. I've been calling a month to make an appointment. They wouldn't give me an appointment. So I would peacefully go to the Board of Education Center, again, not even connected with a school, separate building. And then they say, but you got to make an appointment. Well, who makes the appointment? Sylvia Abato. She makes her own appointments. I've left my number numerous times. You won't call me back. And after I asked to meet with her, you know, it's all right. I filled out an Oprah request, Freedom of Information request. So just a couple days before I was unlawfully arrested, because they didn't want me in the same building I'd been in many times over the last 2 years doing Oprah requests, I get ripped out and set up and charged with aggravated assault against a police officer, which never happened. So do you have that video, Vinny?
I have it to present on
All right. I don't care how it goes up. Yes, put it up there.
All right, 1 second here.
And are you at the place, or you have to find the place?
No, I'm at the place.
Okay.
So this is right before, I think this is when the cops come in.
Oh, pause there. We couldn't get in the building. They locked me and my good friend Michael Gonzalez out. He was assaulted by a teacher in 1968, long time ago, over 500 times, 99% of the time in the classroom. The same thing that Stack is doing. No one believed him. All the townspeople and the Board of Education and teachers said, no, that teacher, John Ignatia, he's a great teacher. Everyone loves him. Turned out he was a serial S predator and allegedly S assaulted hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of children over years. And this gentleman, Michael Gonzalez, was the first man to come forward just a couple years ago. Him and his brother just won a $6 million lawsuit. He was S assaulted when he was in the 3rd grade. His brother when he was 5 years old. And the town came together and protected that S predator. And he went on to do it for years. He never went to prison for it. He was arrested, I think, once. And guess what? Did he go to prison? No. He got a $25 fine. And they let him go. Wow. And he ended up dying about 3-4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Never went to prison. One of the worst S predators in the history of this country. And we're at the Union City Board of Education right here, which has locked us out. I had to call the police so the police would force the Board of Education to open this public building up. Even though it's a buzzed-in building, we all have a right to be in it. It's a public building. I've been in it
again. They did it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the first time you've done this.
Right. I've been in there numerous times. So
with police escort, unfortunately, which is crazy.
Well, before I didn't have to get police escort.
No, before didn't you have to do it again beforehand?
No. I'm talking over 2 years.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got you.
But this was with police escort. So play a little of this. Yeah. I'll put my hand up, and then I want to skip to the Oprah part. Go ahead. Oh, Jerry.
Oh, what's this?
Hey, good.
Sorry, I'm back with you.
Okay.
We're gonna let you in.
Hold on.
Please.
Say that again.
Yeah, we're gonna let you in. But you spoke to the staff. There's always in certain areas you're not allowed to go access.
But I already know that.
Okay,
I'm a grown man. I appreciate both of you doing what you're doing here. Now look at this.
I'm sorry you have to be out there in the road.
Freaking freezing. There. That's a detective. That's a detective. And you don't see that we were outside for an hour in the freezing cold. That we didn't play there. We were outside an hour. It took an hour until the police got there to force the Board of Education to let us in. Now something's wrong with the video, Vinny. Is there a setting you have to click to make it smoother video?
I'm not. Maybe because it's being streamed. I'm not too sure.
All right, let's keep going for now. Thank you. All right, here we go. Oh my God,
It was probably the
You're
stream that
frozen.
was it.
all right. And we already know like where we can't go, etc. We only come here. And oh, look at the line they just put this up for us. We have never gone past the barrier ever.
And they moved the barrier the second time.
Yeah, right.
Keep moving it closer, closer, closer. It's
Closer,
gonna be on the
closer to the
street
door.
next time.
Yeah. And this is Union City Board of Education. They keep changing the barrier depending upon they want me to be further and further away. Keep
It's
going.
gonna be like a nightclub with the
So,
ropes
gentlemen,
outside.
Thank you. See, these officers, they did what officers, number one, should never have to do, to force Sylvia Abato, the superintendent of the schools, and the Board of Education and Security to let us in our public building. But they did it. They did protect and serve my rights and Michael Gonzalez's rights. And I will always acknowledge and celebrate when a police officer does the right thing. So God bless them. Yeah, absolutely. And this is Officer Alvarado and Sergeant Palacios.
Yes.
And
This company is going viral for its
They were so nice. too.
process that gives you permanent teeth in just 24 hours.
I guess I gotta
Palacios.
pay for premium, huh? I might have to do it.
Yeah, okay, keep going. And so look what it took, an hour. And in the meantime, you saw retired Lieutenant of Union City, Sergio de Rojas, Lieutenant of Police, who is now the safety coordinator for 11,000 children, accused of grave assault against a female police dispatcher. And he was in such a panic when he saw me, he hit another car right in front of me. Yeah, pause that. Pause there. As they say. So there's Mayor Brian Stack made this other man a retired lieutenant of Union City Police, the head of safety for all 11,000 children, the safety coordinator. And he was accused of egregious assault against a female Union City police dispatcher. And they retaliated against the police dispatcher. They didn't fire Sergeant de Rojas. Stack promoted him. And he made him, when he retired last year, the head of all the kids. All these alleged as predators are working for children. That's what I'm doing here. So skip ahead, Vinny, to where I'm doing the Oprahs, like it's closer to the end of the video. I think this is the one I'm doing them on the desk, maybe.
Yeah, 1 second.
And these police officers were awesome. They protected and served. Oh, here we go. Play this. I'm literally. I'm sorry. Pause it.
You can see that his camera was on too. So that okay.
Yeah, but I'm literally filling these Oprah requests not in the public lobby, at the security desk, and no one's telling me to leave because I have a right to be there. And they could have asked me like, sir, can you fill these out in the lobby?
Employment.
Oh, stop. They could have asked me, can you fill this out in the lobby? I would have said yes, but I'm filling them out there. But you're going to see just a few days later, I get violently arrested, where they say I can't be in the public lobby. This blows that out of the water. I'm there right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm there in the public area filling out Oprah requests.
If they didn't move the barrier, you would have been at that desk again filling out the same Oprah request.
Right, exactly. Hypocrites, they are.
That's ridiculous.
And all allegations. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat what Sylvia Abato and the Board of Education are going to do with my Oprah request. They're going to take it and they're going to roll it into a ball and throw it in the garbage. And they're going to either ignore it, which is against the law, or they're going to deny it because they like breaking the law and they hate transparency.
It's still break the law regardless.
We can take this one off. Now I want you to go to the unlawful arrest and the accountability for all. And ladies and gentlemen, I am to protect children. Pause. I have filled out numerous Oprah requests. they have either denied them or they just ignore them. And the ignoring, of course, is completely against the law. So now I want you to see this, and then we're gonna end it with, I'm gonna read you the court documents that Lieutenant Glenn Gaston watched a man who was unlawfully arrested, him and 3 other officers, watched them, this man, D.I.E, a painful D-E-A-T-H. Oh, we got Jose calling. Hey, Jose, I'm live. Did you want to say something live?
Yeah, Leroy, I sent you the video of the school lady that tried to hide the thing. I found it.
Hide what thing?
Live. You want to say something live? Hey,
turn your phone down. Turn your phone down. Turn your YouTube off.
Yeah, tell him to mute his TV or computer.
Okay, go ahead.
I sent you the video of the lady from the school that tried to hide the sexual assault.
And hide what? I couldn't hear you well.
I sent you the video of the lady that they sent to investigate of the assault in the school.
So they sent someone to investigate it?
What you was talking about today, earlier, the lady, the undercover lady.
Oh, yeah. School, okay, gotcha.
I sent you the video.
Oh, okay. Excellent. All right. And you sent it to where?
To your phone. I sent it to your phone.
Oh, awesome. Jose, you are incredible. Okay. And this is Jose. He's the first whistleblower of Union City. He used to work for the Department of Public Works in Union City. He came bravely on my show. The first man. Turn your YouTube video off. It's echoing here. Turn it off. And Jose was the first worker to come forward, and he alleges that Mayor Senator Brian Stack called him directly on his cell number and allegedly intimidated him to vote by saying, "Why didn't you vote? How'd you know I didn't vote?" And insane. Mayor is abusing his office a thousand ways to Sunday. All right, Jose, anything to say quick before we go here to everyone?
Yeah, I would like to say to everybody, you got to appreciate what Leroy has done and what he's doing and what he keeps doing, because Leroy is like a ticking clock. He keeps, taking a licking, but keeps clicking. And, you have to support him. You know what I'm saying? I support him to the fullest. I gave him numerous information. I came forward, I stepped forward, and I'm still going forward. I'm still fighting, and I'm still doing my part as the best as I can do. But, people have to realize, and they have to open up their eyes. This guy has everybody under a spell.
Who? And when you say this guy, so everyone's clear, what's his name?
I call him fake Brian Stack.
All right. And in a nutshell, how would you describe him? How would you describe his corruption?
The corruption is to the fullest. He has his candidate, his whole staff, his whole candidate are so corrupt and so scared that they'll do anything for him. He doesn't let them talk. He doesn't let them come out to the public. He doesn't let them push no type of agendas. He doesn't let them come to proceed with allegations. He hides everything. He keeps everything under the rug. He tries to pay people. If you happen to beat him, he'll look for a way to hurt you and try to use you for his benefit. And basically everybody else that he has out here in Union City under it's like he has them on string, the puppet master. He's the greatest puppet master in the world. He has everybody on strings.
Yep.
If he comes and tells you to jump off a building, I'll guarantee that people start jumping off of buildings.
Yeah,
this is how
it's like a cult.
People.
It's like a cult. He's got like a David Koresh religious cult. It's insane.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, I got to run.
So much corruption, but as time goes along, we just keep exposing. But I send you that video.
All right.
I found it.
Thank you, Jose. Okay, God bless you. Talk to you later.
There, boss.
Okay. All right. So let's play now.
Thank you to Sevenfold 777.
Oh, Sevenfold 777. Thank you. $5 Canada super chat. Exposing predators is an arrestable offense. Yeah. Exposing alleged S predators is an arrestable offense, punishable by 3 to 5 to 10 years in prison for me. Cops continue to investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing. And that doesn't, unfortunately, keep happening again and again. Now, watch this portion of my unlawful arrest. This was from Josh of Accountability for All. Please subscribe to him. He's my very good friend, and he really got me started, helped me build my channel when I first started about 3 years ago. And
$5 for KNG DVD. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. And also, and wait till my thoughts are done, Vinny. I appreciate you making sure I don't want to miss any of these chats. And so with Accountability for All, Vinny had contacted him while I was in jail, incarcerated for, I think it was 9.5 or 10.5 hours in the municipal cell, 4 by 8 cell, and then went to the county jail after that. And Vinny had contacted Sean Long Island Audit and Josh Accountability for All and John Felix and LTO Media. And Josh put this together very quickly. So it's going to show you, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's obvious. This lieutenant was told to set me up, and he intentionally fell. And when I read the police reports here, you will be blown away. And it's crazy. So if you play this video, Vinny.
I'm trying to protect children here. Stop. Disengage. De-escalate. Disengage.
You de-escalate.
Stop talking. Shut your mouth.
You see, that is Sergeant Delator. He is trying to de-escalate Lieutenant Glenn Gaston. He did the right thing. That almost never happens. He literally physically got between Lieutenant Glenn Gaston, who was escalating and escalating. Sergeant Delator knew what was happening. It's a technique that they have collectively agreed upon, that if one of them starts getting out of control, that the others will bring them down physically even. As you're seeing, he's physically, Sergeant Delator, and if you can make his video bigger again, Vinny, and he's pushing, he's between both of us, and at one point he's like pushing him back. But Lieutenant Glenn Gaston was on a mission. He was going to escalate. He was going to find an excuse to flop, take a flop, COPFLOP, hashtag COPFLOP, so they can charge me unlawfully, falsely charge me with aggravated assault against a police officer. Continue.
I have a right
to
speak here.
Listen, Vinny, go back a little. We're too far ahead. Go back a little bit. Even a little more.
That's all I got with this video.
Oh, okay. I guess that's the very beginning. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Yes, because that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to protect children.
Yes.
I'm trying to protect children here. Stop. Disengage. De-escalate. Disengage.
You de-escalate.
Stop talking.
I don't have to de-escalate because I'm not.
Shut your mouth.
Don't tell me.
I have a right to speak here.
Listen. All right.
No, you're not being respectful to me right now.
You're not being respectful.
Stop talking to me.
And then I can speak to you.
Stop talking to me.
If I ask you, time out.
Disengage.
No, I want to talk to you about the law. No,
Stop talking. Disengage. Remove yourself from me. I have no interest in talking with you.
But you're on the show.
Back down.
You're on the show. The reality is, this is a bustling building.
I want to finish my Oprah. You are disrupting my peace. You are harassing me now.
Right.
Disengage.
I've asked you to leave. Guess what? You won.
Hey!
You won. Oh my God! I read it so.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Pause there and skip ahead. And I invite you all, please go to Josh Accountability for All and listen to his commentary. It's really, really good. But I want to skip ahead because we're going to show that again, and we're going to show it in slow motion. And you see Sergeant Delator, God bless him, he was doing the right thing. We almost never see that. He attempted to de-escalate again and again Lieutenant Glenn Gaston. He was an example of a police officer who was trying to protect and serve. And then he kept doing it until his lieutenant told him to stop. And at that point, I wish he didn't stop. But he then took himself completely out of the scene. And this is where when a police officer who is doing the right thing gets a direct order to do the wrong thing, they need to not do the wrong thing. They need to, Glenn Gaston, lieutenant, he had an agenda, and he was going to do what he did here. So, but I want to celebrate and acknowledge that Sergeant Delator did the right thing, part one, big time. He wasn't trying to get me to de-escalate because I had nothing to there was nothing to de-escalate. He's trying to get the lieutenant to de-escalate. And what does Lieutenant Glenn Gaston say? Well, I'm asking him again and again, de-escalate, disengage, stand down. And then Lieutenant says, I need to de-escalate. He just needed to stop talking. And he wouldn't do that. I just wanted to be left alone. I made that super clear. I wanted to finish my Oprah request, which is Freedom of Information request. I would have been done in 3 minutes. And then I had other appointments I had to go to. The building was still open for like another 2 hours. But I wasn't going to, I could have stayed there if I wanted, but I had no interest to. I was there to do my work, the Oprah, and attempt to talk with Sylvia Abato and then leave. But there was a plan, allegedly, that Mayor Senator Brian Stack had to have me arrested, put me in state prison so I would stop investigating him and stop protecting children and stop exposing alleged predators. Keep going, Vinny.
They say you can't make this up. You can make anything up, but you don't have to because it's so crazy the reality. Mayor of Bayonne, New Jersey, Bayonne, B-A-Y-O-N-N-E. He was in a lawsuit that he was accused of sexting an employee, like majorly. And he was part of a lawsuit. I think it was like $180,000. But that same judge, even though he was the focus of that lawsuit, she got him out of it. His name was taken out of it. Isn't that crazy? And guess what? The mayor of Bayonne, who's protected by Mayor Stack, just like Edward Marinas is, he was just elected sheriff of Hudson County. And one of his best friends, Lieutenant Matt Fedro, he was just found guilty in an internal investigation of major harassment of a female Hudson County police officer. Now that Mayor Jimmy Davis is going to be Hudson County Sheriff, he allegedly is going to protect that Lieutenant Matt Fedro, one of his good friends, and he won't be fired. Probably about 10, 15 more minutes.
Pause.
Such a nice guy, that guy. That was professional.
Pause.
Wow.
Yeah. What a nice guy he is.
He really was. He was like, you good? Yeah. Okay. All right, cool.
He asked, how much longer would I be? Which really, they have nothing to do with it because I'm doing my public freedom information request during business hours. But he's being very respectful.
Yeah.
And they're pressuring him to get me out of the building, which they have no legal right to do that. But he was completely opposite Lieutenant Gaston. He was professional. He was de-escalating. He was extremely respectful to me there. Absolutely. You know how long? I said, 10, 15 minutes.
Wasn't he whispering too? Just like, oh,
yeah,
I'm almost done. Like,
right.
Because you knew you were on a camera. Look at that.
Right. I mean,
that's just common. I mean,
right.
That's just.
And his name is Sergeant Brian. Ironically, his name is Brian too, but spelled with a Y. B-R-Y-A-N Delator. And if anyone would like to peacefully celebrate him,
should be a sergeant or a lieutenant.
Put the non-emergency number there, mods. Anyone wants to celebrate him, because how do we inspire more police officers to do the right thing? You don't say all cops are bad, because that's not true. There's a problem with police culture, definitely, but there are people who do want to do the right thing. And how do we inspire more of them to do that? Just Sergeant Delator, Brian Delator. If you're inspired to call the non-emergency number front desk and celebrate him, he was the hero in this insane setup that was done against me.
He was showing that he was showing real rational sense that you were doing nothing outrageous, you were not out of line, you were not out of order, you were not doing anything illegal, you were not even escalating. He wasn't even trying to get you to be like, come on, get out. Like, he was facing him the whole time because he thought that Gaston was going to be the aggressor here, not the other way around. So, good, kudos to him. You should be lieutenant. I got my vote. Yep. And there was a good question at someone. I just put it up here, and it was BS Lay Hurt TV. Can you take off the video for a minute? We can't see the comment. I just pinned the comment there, Vinny. And he has a very good point. Having decency doesn't mean you're not a tyrant. Could he have not stopped the false arrest or charged his lieutenant for falsification? Now, you make very good points there. Now, there's a part one and a part two to Sergeant Delator's interaction here. Part one, he did well. He was trying to get him to de-escalate. He knew, Sergeant Delator, that Lieutenant Glenn Gaston was the aggressor, the absolute one and only aggressor here. But then Lieutenant Gaston gave him an order. And that's where things could have been very different.
And he should have defied that order because that was not a lawful order to stop. He saw that Lieutenant Gaston was out of control and was going to continue escalating. And he knows Lieutenant Gaston for decades. He knows him well. And so there's part one, Delator did a really good job. Part two, he stood down because the lieutenant told him to.
He really should have just took him out of the room and completely, but obviously he couldn't do that. So,
well, I mean, he could. See, the thing is, there's two parts. That he would be written up, he would be disciplined.
That's the right thing.
And the thing is, guess what? Be written up, be disciplined for doing the right thing. And if you get fired, we will collectively do a GoFundMe for that police officer. We'll probably have $500,000 or $1 million if he gets fired.
I guarantee you there won't be a police station out there that won't give him a job because he got fired for doing the right thing.
No, there are police stations who wouldn't give him a job because they don't
okay.
want
we rephrase that. I'm sure there's maybe a few.
Right.
But still, I mean, I'd rather get fired for doing the right thing than, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. When people say, well, they don't have a choice, they have a pension, they have families. I've got a life. They're trying to put me in prison. They're trying to unalive me.
100%.
The amount of
taking away your freedom, man. That's
right.
ridiculous.
The amount of DEATH threats I've got.
Yeah, man.
I'm not standing down.
Nah.
I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars from my main business for the last 2 years. And they went after my businesses. Miraculously, not miraculously, they got great investigators. They were contacting my main company, my main income. And with all kinds of false lies and things, and then sending articles, hit piece articles that the New Jersey media does because they're all controlled by Mayor Brian Stack. I've lost so much money in this.
That's ridiculous.
Threats on my life, and I ain't stopping because it's the right thing to do. My father told me, if you're going to go into something, win it. As Yoda said, there is no try. Either do or do not. I am a pit bull. I used to call myself a Wolverine, or people that call me a Wolverine. Then it said, no, you should call yourself a honey badger. Why? Honey badger is even more relentless. And the thing is, we do everything peacefully. They don't. We do. What are you going to say, Arya?
Difference. That's you're right. That's the difference. You're right.
Right. All right.
We're higher standards.
Yep. And continue.
Oh, how did she get an appointment? And I've been trying for a month.
Hay gente afuera, señora, ahí.
So she got an appointment.
You have to tell the door. Tell the door.
They won't let people through this door now. Hey, ma'am, did you know that there's an assistant principal who is accused of assaulting students, and he's teaching right now in Union City schools? He's accused of whipping his ... out and allegedly having S with students. Can I share this with you? Your children may be in danger, ma'am. You don't want to hear? This is about alleged S assault, ma'am. Do you not care? This is a teacher, Edwin Marinas, right now. Insane. The parents don't care.
Leroy, I'm gonna have to ask you. Leroy, I'm gonna have to ask you.
Pause there.
No, I'm not
talking to women about things.
Now, again, imagine that was one of you. And number one, I asked her questions. I didn't say, you must answer. I asked her questions. She didn't want to answer. That's okay. And she went to her appointment. She went through the barrier. But if that was you, Vinny and Arya, what would you say?
I would say just as the right you can say no to answer is just as much as right as I can ask a question.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Right.
When you're in public space, I'm not going to your home inside your house and saying, ma'am, how do you feel about your child that could be potentially with this criminal? Nothing like that. You're in public. You're clearly you're there on some official business. You know, you're not. You know, it's so you ask a legitimate question. It's a legit concern. You're investigating a story. You asked a mother that was there with the child. That it's totally reasonable. And if I was my kid and you said something to me, I would absolutely go be questioning and raising help. Like, is this happening? Is my kid going to this school with this guy? So no, the woman, she could say no problem, but you could still ask. Just
right. And I asked, I didn't just an answer. And what was the interaction? 10, 15 seconds?
Not even. You were so pleasant. You're like, oh, hello, ma'am.
Right. And I didn't even say, I mean, I could have said the whole word, but I said S assault, S predator.
Yes, you're absolutely cordial, polite the whole time, respectful.
And Gaston, he comes out, says, oh, she was uncomfortable. You can't. Now, he kept saying SEX assault. I didn't say it. He keeps saying it, and then he won't let it go. She's left a long time ago, and he makes this the whole thing, and then inexplicably he goes hands-on to remove me.
He was being a rogue cop. He was being rogue. He was being
he wasn't
absolutely
being rogue. He was being directed. He was allegedly told to do this by Stack.
Right, correct.
He's actually allegedly not a very smart guy. So now watch how this escalates. I just want to finish my Freedom of Information request, the OPRA, as they call it in New Jersey, that's the Open Public Records Act. I'll be done in 3 minutes, but watch what he does. Let's continue, Benny.
I could talk about anything I want.
But you're making them uncomfortable. And we're giving you an opportunity already to fill out the paperwork.
But you're not giving me anything. I have a right to fill this paperwork out, and I have a right to ask them questions.
No, you don't. These are people walking off the streets, coming into
No,
the
you
building
don't.
and talking to them about sex assault and what like
Yes,
that.
because that's what I'm here for.
And there's a
I'm
juvenile
trying to
here.
protect children.
Yes.
I'm
yes,
trying to protect
yes,
children
yes,
here.
yes.
And if you're
are.
saying she's uncomfortable, well, do
there's
you
a
think
child-
those children
there's a child
are
with
uncomfortable
her.
being assaulted?
And there's a child with her as well, Leroy. And you're talking about sex assault, and there's a juvenile sitting there with her, trying to get enrolled in school.
Well, at least Edwin Marinas isn't working with that kid, whipping his out
Yes,
allegedly.
you can't talk about whipping things out in front of a kid. The kid was just here, Leroy. Think about the position that you're putting us in with that.
There's no position.
Yes, you're talking about sex assault in front of a kid, and
I'm asking a parent to help protect other children.
And they will.
No, they won't.
We're asking you to leave the room.
No, I'm not. I'm going to finish my work here.
Pause.
I'm going to.
Thank you.
We're asking you to leave the building.
He asks me to leave the building. I decline. He is asking. There is no lawful reason for me to leave. In fact, he has no lawful reason to order me out. But he didn't order me out of the building. He asked me. And I'm not leaving. I've been there. You just saw me a few days before on the desk filling out Oprah's. No one's asking me to leave.
Nope.
And again, I had a right to ask that woman, peacefully ask that woman the question.
But he says, no, you don't. He says,
Right.
no. He says, I have every right. He goes, no, you don't. What does that mean?
Right.
So literally, you're an officer telling me that. So what is you just
not the word
literally just made yourself look like ridiculous.
Right.
So there you go.
It's crazy. So he's not the word police, which I actually say, there should be no police there with me right now. Or if they want to do the babysitting thing, they could just hang back, don't interact with me, and then I would be done in 3 minutes. And none of this would have happened. But Stack has been escalating the attacks. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been attacked. I've lost count. It's over 63 times I've been attacked over the last 2 years by probably at least 100 people. In 2 years, never happened to a journalist, investigative journalist in the history of the country that I'm aware of. I mean, it's crazy. And then Stack said, oh, got an opening. Make sure to find some way you can go hands-on and then make yourself fall, Gaston, allegedly, Stack said. And then you're going to get, and say you have an injury, and then we can get him in state prison. Because what you're going to hear, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as Lieutenant Gaston does his intentional fall, that had nothing to do with me, he says, oh, my back, aggravated assault.
Yeah.
No police officer in the history of the world has ever fallen down and immediately said what a charge they're going to put against someone who didn't even do what they're saying I did.
Unless you have a corrupt mayor and state senator that tells you to say, hey, while you fall, say that out loud. So that way it's on the record and it's out loud. You're saying you got an aggravated assault and it's out loud. That unless you're getting directives from someone like that, then there's absolutely no reason. I don't do that. No one ever announces the crime they're about to false crime. Excuse me. So
it's ridiculous. All right,
it's
that's
bad
right
acting.
on. Ariel, let's continue.
Good acting.
Because I have a right to be here. Yes. I have not broken any law, have I?
Yeah, actually, yes. You're infringing. The woman right now may have felt harassed or uncomfortable that when you asking those things in front of her child.
I'm trying to help protect children here.
Yes.
And that's the bottom line. That's why I'm here.
You're talking about sex assault in front of a woman with her son.
What is worse? Asking a mother if she will help protect the other school children?
There's a place.
Oh my God!
There's a place and time for everything.
I asked you to stop,
Lieutenant. There's a place and time.
You are not.
There's a place.
You are
and
not
time
the
for
word
everything.
police, Lieutenant Gaston.
No,
neither
are you. Neither are you the word police.
I'm not
There's
the
a
word
place
police.
and time.
I'm the
But
freedom
if she
man.
feels as though uncomfortable about you talking about sex assault to her, then Is that? And that she's in a public building, what you're trying to say, she should be able to come and go without be made uncomfortable. Just like you. You're right. You're right.
That's not on. That's not on me. Okay, stop. I want to finish this.
All right.
You're doing cosplaying right now. I'm not interested.
I'm doing, and you are doing agitating. You're trying to agitate.
I'm trying to protect children from sexual assault. For God's sake. That's what I'm trying to do for over a month here.
Are you that or grandstand?
Oh, see,
or grandstand.
Now,
the reality is,
now you are going down the tubes, Lieutenant Gaston. You need to close your mouth, stop talking,
I don't need to close my mouth. I don't.
In my opinion, here's where Leroy wins in both the criminal and the civil case that's bound to be filed against Union City. It's my estimation that this lieutenant is escalating and acting way out of control. Now, there's another police officer that's going to kind of be the referee between Leroy Truth and Lieutenant Gaston. And we can assume that this police officer is going to intercede and stop the escalated party from being more escalated. Interestingly enough, he doesn't attempt to de-escalate Leroy as Leroy is being totally calm. He attempts to de-escalate the lieutenant and goes as far as putting his hands on him to try and restrain him. Take a look.
Stop. Disengage. De-escalate. Disengage.
You de-escalate.
Stop talking.
I don't have to de-escalate because I'm not.
Shut your mouth. I have a right to speak here.
Listen. All right.
No, you're not being respectful to me right now.
You're not being respectful.
Stop talking to me.
And then I can speak to you.
Stop talking to me.
If I ask you, time out.
Disengage.
No, I want to talk to you about the law. Now I want to talk to you about the law.
I am going to finish this right now.
If I ask you the time and place to debate.
Look at this.
The time and place to debate.
He escalated. What a mess. Welcome. This is Lieutenant Gaston.
Pause. Look at his arm there. Attempted intimidation body posture he's doing. Why is he doing that? I keep telling him I don't want to talk with him. That is blatant harassing right there that he's doing to me.
Oh, absolutely.
And the
he's
other
gaslighting. He's trying to.
Oh, yep, you're right on. He is gaslighting. You're absolutely right. He is gaslighting there. And the other officers need to tell him to stop. All three of them. There were 4 police there. All 3. Stop. Let's go. Back down. Let me get you a coffee. Leroy's good. We know Leroy. He's been here for 2 years. He's never attacked anyone. But Stack has had numerous people attack Leroy. So let's move on. So just crazy. So see his arm there. He's like blocking me off there. He's coming in for the KILL right now. Keep going.
Can you stop talking? I want to finish my open request.
The time to debate
Stop
an
talking.
issue whether the
we don't need to hear this.
The legality of something is in the courtroom, not in the field. If I ask you to do something, just calm down. There's no reason for you to yell at me or attack me in any way, shape, or form.
Stop talking. Disengage.
It's not the point.
Remove yourself from me. I have no interest in talking with you.
But you're on the show.
Back down.
You're on the show. The reality is, this is a bustling building.
I want to finish my Oprah. You are disrupting my peace. You are harassing me now.
Right.
Disengage.
I've asked you to leave. Guess what? You won.
Hey!
You won.
Oh my God! I created so.
Talking. Disengage.
It's not the point.
Remove yourself from me. I have
talking.
no interest in talking with you.
But you're on the show.
Back down.
You're on the show.
Back
the reality
down.
is, this is a bustling building.
I want to finish my Oprah. You are disrupting my peace. You are harassing me now.
Right.
Disengage.
I've asked you to leave. Guess what? You won.
Hey!
You won.
Oh my God! I created so.
Let it play.
Now let's look at the worst case of acting we've ever seen. The lieutenant picks up Leroy, and the moment he has Leroy up, let's look at how without any force or push from Leroy, this lieutenant magically falls towards the ground, but not before yelling aggravated assault before he even hits the ground.
You won.
Hey!
You won.
Oh my God! I created so.
Hey, call.
You're under arrest. You're under arrest.
Oh shit!
No, stop.
We can find you. Stop.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting.
Leroy.
I'm not resisting. I did nothing wrong.
Relax.
He went hands on. I did nothing wrong.
Hey, relax.
I'm relaxed.
The trash.
Now he's claiming aggravated assault. He went hands on me. I did nothing to him.
Oh, aggravated assault.
Get out of here.
Okay, you can take the video down. And
oh man, that's great.
And then thus began my journey of being incarcerated for 36 hours unlawfully.
Unlawfully, yeah.
And this is sick. Now let's our last thing we're going to do today, and I'm so happy to see everyone here. Please keep smashing that like button. We got over 405 people here now, and God bless you all. And this is the most important part right now of the entire show tonight. Can you pull up the court records of Lieutenant Glenn Gaston, where he was found responsible for the DEA ... TH of an innocent man, a beautiful, wonderful family man named Esteban Rosario. And let me bring this up on I think it brings up my computer here. Let's see, do I have this here? All right. So this is from the Third Circuit of the United States Court of Appeals. This is federal court, I believe. And so I'm going to read along on my computer, if you can follow along on there. And if you can make that full screen video as big as possible so people can read. Let's learn about Lieutenant Glenn Gaston back from 1999 and why he wasn't in state prison for the DEA ... TH of an innocent man. So Stephen,
I'm sorry.
Okay, I can't see it. I'm looking at my other screen now. All right. Stephen Rosario, administrator of the estate of Esteban Rosario, City of Union City Police Department. And this is who was sued. City of Union City Police, Norman Barrios, chief of Union City at the time, Glenn Gaston, detective, Juan Loaiza, detective, Jose Perez, police officer, Juan Mendez, police officer. They all four were found responsible for this man's DEA ... TH. All out of four, all three are retired. So some are still working as a police officer in Union City schools with school children right now. And look at the names. Detective Glenn Gaston is named first. Detective Juan Loaiza, police officer Jose Perez, police officer Juan Mendez. Juan Mendez still works for Union City Schools, and he just hit my camera 3 days ago. I didn't know he was in this lawsuit. I'm covering the corrupt chief of police, Chief Ficini's retirement walkout peacefully, and police officer Juan Mendez hit my camera with his finger while I'm simply peacefully recording. Got it on video. It's on my Facebook. And please, everyone, subscribe to my Facebook. I've had to rebuild it 5 times because Mayor Senator Sack has had it deleted, allegedly 5 times. So please subscribe, Leroy Truth on Facebook. Now, this was argued January 25th, 2005. A whole bunch of lawyers. And here's what it says. Sarika, Chief Judge. Plaintiffs claim that defendants, all police officers with the City of Union City Police Department, failed to provide adequate medical treatment to their father, Esteban Rosario, after he was placed under arrest on October 27, 1999. Why was he under arrest? Because these 4 police officers went to an apartment that this innocent man, Esteban Rosario, happened to be the stepfather of someone that they were looking for some drug arrest. Esteban had nothing to do with it. He was just in the room, in the apartment. But they claimed that he had interfered. It was later found he did not. Just like me, same thing. They lied and said that he interfered. And so Esteban Rosario died of an asthma attack soon after being arrested. It could have been prevented if he was just given his inhaler. Following a 5-week trial in the District of New Jersey, the jury returned a verdict of $2.5 million. Glenn Gaston didn't pay that money to Esteban Rosario's estate for his pain and suffering. He supposedly had died a very, very gruesome and painful DEA ... TH while he suffocated, while these 4 officers refused to give them his asthma inhaler. That's simple. He would have been alive with us right now. And they also awarded $3 million to the plaintiffs on their wrongful death claim. Now, because we only write for parties familiar, let's see. In the course of executing an arrest warrant for Osvaldo Garcia on narcotics-related charges, defendants in this case, City of Union detectives, Union City Jose Perez, Juan Mendez, Glenn Gaston, and Juan Loaiza entered the home of Esteban Rosario. Rosario was arrested for hindering, obstructing the arrest of Osvaldo Garcia. Yeah, right. We know how they lie about that, right? With me and many others. His stepson, and for allegedly assaulting Detective Loaiza. Oh, yeah, like he alleged that I assaulted Glenn Gaston. Following his arrest, he suffered an asthma attack. Although he was eventually given oxygen and an ambulance was called, he died before arriving at the hospital. Esteban Rosario's 4 children brought a wrongful death action against Union City, its police department, police chief, 4 individual detectives, stating the following claims: illegal entry, illegal arrest, excessive force, and failure to administer medical attention under color of law. Number 2, municipal liability under 1983 for violation of Rosario's constitutional rights. These all apply to me as well. Well, actually, the illegal arrest does. The forced entry, that part does. Legal arrest. Number 3, negligent hiring, supervision, and retention. Number 4, assault and excessive force against the individual detectives. And 5, respondeat superior claims for failure to administer medical care, negligent medical care, and intentional refusal to give medicine. And I'm skipping ahead here. They were also looking for good faith immunity, which they were denied. And finally, defendants argue the district court should have excluded portions of an alleged unauthenticated videotape that was shown to the jury. That's way back 1999. Someone actually had a video, probably VHS or beta. On cross appeal, plaintiffs make 2 assignments of error, but this doesn't change the information here. So, all right, we can take that off the screen for now. And so getting back to everybody. So what happened? What was the story? The overall story, ladies and gentlemen, was that the police allegedly refused to give the asthma medication to Esteban Rosario when he was begging for it, when he was gasping for air, gasping for help. And allegedly some of the witnesses claimed that they were even mocking and laughing as the guy was D.I.E.D. Unfortunately, Glenn Gaston and the others allegedly wrote in their police report that they gave the guy the inhaler. The witnesses said, no, hold on, Sparky, you didn't give any guy any inhaler. And Esteban Rosario died. So they were found in civil court to be responsible for his DEA ... How were they not arrested for that? How were they not charged? How was there not a trial? How were they not in state prison, those 4 police officers? Lieutenant Gaston also. A judge allowed his IA jacket, internal affairs jacket, for other charges against him before this, and it was allowed to show that he had a pattern of corruption as a cop. Oh, one other thing. Glenn Gaston, he loves to play basketball. Also, Glenn Gaston loves to lie. Allegedly, when Lieutenant Gaston was playing basketball, he did some type of thing, and LeBron James, he falls, shatters his ankle, shatters it. It has to be put together with pins. And allegedly, he claimed that he hurt it on the job. He was allegedly on his own personal time. But I heard that one of his buddies he was playing basketball with accidentally let the cat out of the bag, not on purpose, but he accidentally said, oh, yeah, we were playing basketball and Glenn Gaston, hurt his ankle. I was like, whoops, he didn't know Glenn Gaston said he did it on the job, allegedly. Liar. Pants on fire. He's on the Brady list. Prosecutors will never call Lieutenant Glenn Gaston to a single trial because he is a known documented liar. That's what the Giglio list. Giglio is a New Jersey name, I believe. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is who set me up, intentionally fell. As soon as he hits the ground, suddenly he's like, oh my God, aggravated assault. And now I am facing 3 to 5 to 10 years in state prison for a crime I didn't commit. All because Mayor and Senator Brian Stack wants me to stop investigating over 5,000 allegations of corruption I've received against him, including pay-to-play, extortion, bribery, assault, voter intimidation directly by him, over 60 attacks on me over the last 2 years, retaliating against women who bravely go to the police to tell about the assaults. And they are relentlessly retaliated against, promoting and protecting the predators and so much more. So I'm never going to stop. I've got an incredible attorney, and anyone, if you can even share $1, it helps toward the $15,000 for the attorney. And I have been in court for 2 years. My money's gone. Stack has had me in court. For 2 years, I've had over 20 false criminal charges put against me. What's my crime? Investigating and exposing the most corrupt mayor and senator in the history of our country, who also runs the entire state of New Jersey. He was in control of Governor Murphy, who's governor now. He just got Mikey Sherrill elected. He controls her. He is not only the mayor, he is the senator of New Jersey, 33rd District, and he's the head of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He is the most powerful politician because he has the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branch all covered. He's the head of the Judiciary Committee. He picks the judges. No one gets to be a judge unless he gives them the okay. He picks the prosecutors. He picks the attorney general. Some of these not directly, indirectly, but he's the guy pulling the strings. He allegedly tampers with cases. He allegedly tampers with judges. You think I'm going to get a fair trial? I'm hoping so, because the bottom line is there still are a number of good judges that will not bow to stack. There are a number of good prosecutors who will not bow to stack, and I'm hoping that I get those. They do exist, absolutely, in New Jersey. They're not the majority, but they do exist. So that's who I'm hoping to get. So as we're wrapping up, last words, Vinny and Aria. Let's start with Vinny.
Well, I hope that justice will be served. I hope that Jacob Bureau can work his magic as he's always done for Sean. I mean, I would like to say that this is going to make a change even if you win, but I highly doubt it.
We'll make a change. No, Vinny, we are here to change things. Absolutely, we're making a change. We're holding the most powerful politician in the history of New Jersey, corrupt Mayor and Senator Brian Stack, accountable. Peacefully, always peacefully, to the full extent of the law, and I condemn all violence, including threats of violence. Do not do that. But you can peacefully, directly, passionately redress, petition your government. How are they going to know that we don't accept what they're doing, what Stack is doing? So, but we're absolutely going to make change. We are, Vinny, and God bless you for being so committed to this mission. We will make America free again, and we will protect children from S predators, and we will protect women in Union City and New Jersey and Hudson County from S predators. So any other thoughts, Vinny, before we go?
No, that's it for now, man.
All right, and Aria.
Yes, sir. Well, like you said, I hope we get a fair trial too. I hope it's going to be fair. I really do. I'm hoping that everyone's going to get to see all the footage, everything, all the tests, if everything through Discovery. I hope that nothing gets deleted, nothing gets hit and gone. I just hope everything goes by the books and goes strictly by the law. So,
well,
that's it, man. That's all we can hope for.
And that's my positive expectation. However, what needs to happen is all charges against me need to be dismissed. The prosecutors have seen the video. The judges have seen the video. There was no crime that they accused me of. I did not assault a police officer.
Oh, I 100%. I hope it doesn't get. Yeah, I hope it gets dropped. I really do. But you never know. That's the thing.
Well, hopefully it will.
God willing.
And hopefully it will, because there are good judges in New Jersey. Those are the ones I'm hoping that connect with this, and good prosecutors.
Just like good judges, just like the officer, the sergeant.
I just hope Stack doesn't get to him before you do. You know,
these judges, there are judges who have 100% integrity. They will not bow to Stack. And those are the ones that I am hoping that I get, and the prosecutors as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so everyone, I got important information before we go. If you need a video editor, contact my video editor, the best in the biz here, AV Designs. Please put his contact information in here. It is such a pleasure to be able to simply focus on creating the content that I do in the various commentaries, to attending the meetings, to going to the various public buildings and asking the hard questions to the corrupt politicians. It is such a pleasure, Vinny. Aria,
I look like Vinny, right? It's hard to tell. This guy.
I don't know who's who anymore.
I'm down here. This one, not this Vinny. No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And everyone's been such a great, welcoming, supporting while I'm in this, the community. So everyone's been awesome. So it's been great.
Yeah, excellent. And yeah, you're awesome. And then also, I just met today. I hope you're listening here, Kiara. Hope you're saying your name right. And she's a videographer. She's an editor. She does it all, and she specializes in a storytelling type of a video editing. And she's looking for work. She graduated from college recently. She's only 26, and she is so incredibly smart and creative. And she gets this.
That's awesome.
She gets what we're doing, and she is going to do a lot of great things in her chosen field. And you and I were talking about it earlier, Aria, and I definitely want to connect her with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I give her a lot of great ideas, and we want to help her get some full-time work.
Yeah, let's do it. Welcome to the team if she's watching. Absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah, reach out to me for sure. All my contact information is on my channel. So
excellent.
Text, email. I'll be great.
And thank you, Aria. And then Vinny, please subscribe to us. Please subscribe to YouTube, AV Designs. Please subscribe to Vinny, which is Garden State Accountability. He drives 2.5, 3, 4 hours sometimes to come to Union City to support the work that I'm doing and the work we're all doing together as independents and as the tyranny response team of Leroy Truth. Also, David of the Exposure Report was not available tonight to be with us. God bless him. He's such a great friend. And I send you love, my man. And please subscribe to the Exposure Report as well. Got a great channel. He's another fearless member of the tyranny response team. And also, if you happen to be part of a media group that needs a videographer or a video editor in-house in the New York City area, contact me. I'll connect you with Kiara instantly. She's awesome. So thank you, everyone, for spending this Sunday evening with us. I so appreciate you. We had as many as 400 people here live, and we still have about 250. And anyone who is inspired to share the GoFundMe, please do so. That will help with the attorney fees. I'm an independent journalist. Why do I have over 25 at this point, probably criminal charges? Why do I need attorney fees? The First Amendment's supposed to protect me from the government, right? Not in Union City. And we got a $10 super chat here. This is from what is it? RESAD Bureau of Toilets.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And the RESADA Bureau of Toilets. The magical right hand of the corrupt lieutenant just flies off with a flourish as he fake tumbles to the floor. That is written exactly correctly.
That's beautiful.
The magical right hand, because he grabs me, then he goes like this.
Yeah. He goes, oh, okay, you win.
And then his feet go up, like way in the air. Like, what?
Like his battery shut down. Really.
Right. The only force that he flew down with was his own. And he's a large guy. He's probably 6'2", 6'3", probably 250, 260 pounds. So if he intentionally falls, he may have hurt himself. And even as much as he set me up, I don't want anyone hurt, including him. And so, but if he hurt himself, it's on him. It's his injuries. He did it to himself. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to my Facebook at Leroy Truth. I'm building it from scratch. It's getting over 750,000 views a month right now. And so it's growing well, but I've had to recreate it. And stay tuned, because on Facebook is where I put 99% of the Union City updates. You don't want to miss anything. We have so much more to come. So God bless you all. I appreciate you, Aria, Vinny, the Exposure Report, also Scalzo Photo. Please subscribe to Scalzo Photo. He's been sick for a while.
Oh man, I feel for the guy. I haven't seen him out and about ever anymore, really.
No, in a long time. It's been over a month. Yeah. So Scalzo, we want you to get better completely. We love you. You're my very good friend, and you got to come back out with us.
Yeah, man, get him out there.
So we'll see you next time. God bless you all, and you are true patriots. And final words. I am Leroy Truth. You are Leroy Truth. We are all Leroy Truth. Any man, woman, or child who stands up to the tyrannical bullies in government and reports on them, whether you have no followers, 1 follower, or 1 million followers. to report that news. You are a journalist. You are Leroy Truth. God bless you all. We'll see you next time. I am Leroy Truth.